Joe Schmidt says Ireland will need more than a 50-minute performance if they are to scupper Welsh Grand Slam plans in Cardiff next Saturday. The Ireland coach was delighted with how his team performed for two-thirds of their 26-14 bonus point victory over France on Sunday, but was also frustrated by how they allowed the French to strike for two late tries. And, with Wales on a record run of 13 successive wins under Warren Gatland, Schmidt insists Ireland will have to maintain focus throughout next Saturday's contest to deny the home side. "I can be satisfied with that first 40 minutes, probably 50 minutes, but I don't think 50 minutes will win in Cardiff, full stop," said Schmidt, who has lost in Wales on both previous visits with Ireland in the Six Nations. "The home ground get right behind the Welsh team there. You've got to put 80 minutes together in Cardiff, and I think that's a really good point. We have to extend that high performance period right through the game. It's in the players' hands, it's their domain. My job is just trying to ensure that they feel they're well prepared, that they feel they understand how Wales are going to turn up. That's a tricky thing in itself in a slightly condensed week. One of the most positive aspects of a challenging campaign has been the opportunities afforded to fringe players, whether through rotation or injury-enforced change, and the progress of the likes of Jack Conan, Ultan Dillane, John Cooney, and Jack Carty leaves Ireland in a stronger position, depth-wise, heading to the World Cup. And, with Jordan Larmour also auditioning impressively for the understudy full-back role behind Rob Kearney, following his late call-up against France, Schmidt is relatively satisfied with the developing backup in his squad while conceding there is still more work to be done. 2 years ago we played an English team going for back-to-back Grand Slams, and we had a very late change after Conor Murray had trained on the Tuesday and not got through it. Kieran Marmion came in and played that game, and it was a bit the same as Larmour. So we're actually getting more and more comfortable with those scenarios, which I think is a positive for us, that we can mix and match and still put something together, said Schmidt. It's never where you want it to be. You always want to have more depth. You want to make sure you are, at least, double injury covered. One of the things I said on Thursday was, you have to take 3 hookers to the World Cup. You want to actually have 5 hookers, 3 tight head props and 3 loose head props. At the start of the championship, we picked 5 second rows and one we didn't pick started, Quinn Roux, and called the line out in 2 of the first 3 games. That's how quickly it can spin, he pointed out. Therefore, you'd always like to have a little more than you've got. Even if Ireland beat Wales on Saturday, they are unlikely to claim their 4th Six Nations title under Schmidt, as England have a far superior points difference and are expected to run over Scotland in Twickenham. They are only 2 points behind Wales in 3rd, and there is a tinge of regret at the failure to land a losing bonus point against England and 4-try bonus in Scotland, which would have left them in a straight shootout with the Welsh for the title. We'd like to have a few more points in the championship than we've got, admitted Schmidt. I wouldn't say I'm greedy, but you can't be successful if you're not greedy for that depth and those points. Hopefully, we can go and get some points next week, but we know how tough it is going to be. Given the short turnaround, The Ireland coach has indicated the management may look at freshening up the team for Wales, and one name to consider is Munster second row Tad Byrne, who knows Wales well from his successful stint with Scarlets. Byrne has been injured through this championship, and although returning impressively for Munster, he was ruled out of the French game after experiencing difficulties in training last week, but Schmidt confirmed the turnover specialist is in his thoughts. "I've spoken to the Welsh players about him. To be honest, I know he was really important for the Scarlets when they won the Pro 14, said Schmidt. "Look, Tad was in the mix this week. He was pretty sore Thursday, but our expectation is that he will be training fully on Tuesday, and if he is another guy who will be back in the mix for this weekend."